Hi everyone, we are starting another week, and if you can believe it, we are starting lesson 11. So that means we just have lesson 12 left, which is in a week, and that's giving back is the topic of that week. And then we have our conclusion lesson week. So we're getting so close, and I encourage you to keep working hard, and I know a lot of you are still putting in such great effort. Even until the end. I know it can be tricky when you can see the end in sight, and I hope that you tried out that what if calculator that I showed you last week. Let's make sure that I'm not going to head off. Okay. And if you have any questions about your grade, please let me know. Okay, this week I just wanted to show you, we have these outcomes. These are what we're wanting to have happen this week. Identify principles and practices that help strengthen our family, make them stronger. Choose those skills that would best assist me and my loved ones. So we're looking at what I need and what those that I love need. And then practicing and teaching those skills to others. And the last one, learning and applying a skill of reviewing, looking back over information. So I do love this quote. I want to take a second to read from Elder Nelson. He talks about individual progression, so getting better, getting stronger. Any kind of progression that we have in life is fostered in the family. That means it's happening best when it's in the family. And the family is central to the Creator's plan for the eternal destiny of His children. So I know that the family is essential of Heavenly Father's plan. So it's crucial, critical, and important. So I hope this week you can spend really room at thinking about that. The home is to be God's laboratory of love and service. There's a husband there. A husband is to love his wife. A wife is to love her husband. And parents and children are to love one another. So I think that's a great goal, and to think of my home is really a place where God is having us develop love and service. Let me just walk you now through the application activity. I want to point something out that those watching this video hopefully will remember and not do. It says, what you're going to do is during the gathering of this week, you established a SMART goal. You're going to use that to finish this activity. So I'm going to show you right here where it says, consider which relationships you would most like to change or improve. So just think like, oh, maybe I'm not super close with my dad or my sister. So maybe I pick my dad and my sister. Those are two where I would like to have a strong relationship. And then select a relationship with one member that you like to improve. So I think, okay, I really think I could work on the relationship with my sister and get better at that. And it says it can be your current relationship that you'd like to strengthen, or about the future. Like maybe I'm not married yet, so I want to make sure that I'm prepared in the future to have a strong relationship with my spouse. So what are some things I could do now? Or I'm not a parent yet, but what are some things that me and my husband can do right now to help in the future have a strong relationship between me and my child? And then here's what you need to remember. One SMART goal for each relationship. So if I had my sister and my dad, I would have a goal on how to strengthen the relationship with my sister. Oh, my fingers are up, you can't even see. And a goal for how I would strengthen the relationship with my dad. It says that you should focus on your choices, actions, and results, and not the desired behaviors of others. That's like, don't focus on, oh, if only my sister were more patient, then we could get along or have a better relationship. Let's focus on what you could do, your choices and your actions. And just remember those different traits of a SMART goal. Here they are. And select beginning steps from your SMART goal that you'll accomplish during the next week. So we know, like it says here, that this might be a lifelong pursuit. Maybe you've had an okay, just so-so relationship with your sister for a long time, and so you think it's not going to change immediately just in a couple days, but what are some things that I can do in this week to just have some first steps so that down the road I can, in the future, have a stronger relationship with her? So that is the application activity. Please, oh please, remember, these are SMART goals that are tied to relationships of two family members. Pick two family members you want strong relationships with, and have a goal for each one. So you should have 2. Yep, you're right. 2 goals, 1 for each relationship. Other than that, the last thing I just want to show you is those 2 types of, I'm going to take my screen off. I think sometimes if we're trying to focus, it's helpful not to have my face. So those 2 types of sentences I told you about last week that we would talk about. One is a subject, verb, adverb. So subject, verb, that's just like here, the girl pets. Bill kicks, because I have a subject, it's Bill. What does he do? Kick, just like these sentences. Maria is my subject, so it's her one color. Laughs, that's the verb, what is she doing? I'll just go ahead and underline that. And then adverb, it describes how the verb is being done. So how is she laughing? Loudly. Okay, so that's why that is, I'll just bold that one. That's our adverb. The dog, there's our subject. What does he do? What's the verb? Oh, he jumps. So I'm going to underline jumps. And then how does he jump? Well, he jumps high, up, really high. Okay, and the last one, once again, we have our subject, apples. What are they? They are could be a verb. It's a being verb, and we can talk about maybe next week. Everywhere. So where are they? They are everywhere. And that one's a little, not quite as clear of an adverb. It's a different kind, so it might not be one that you would automatically see as an adverb. So those are the sentences, and they have, remember the verb rule again. Apples are, because we're talking about more than one apple, and we have an S, we use the word are. If it's just one apple, the apple, it would be is everywhere. So remember that our verbs change between are and is depending on how many, if it's a singular or plural of that subject. So then the last type of sentence structure is subject, verb, noun. So just like this, subject, verb, but the last thing is noun, not adverb. So I, that's the subject, okay? What's the verb? Am, okay? That's it. And that one's also tricky to identify, but that's what the verb is. I am, what am I? The teacher. Okay, I'm going to bold the noun. A teacher is a person, and a noun is a person, place, or thing. So that fits into the category of a noun. And that's why I am the teacher. John is a what? A noun, a carpenter, a person. That's what he does. The boy is our subject. Let's go ahead and bold those. The boy is, okay, I'll underline it. A student. A student is going to be my noun, so I'm going to bold that. A person, place, or thing. The boy is our verb. A student is our noun. So once again, like we showed you with the plurals and singulars, if we said the boys are, oh, let's put that on. Boys are students. The boys, since that is going to be plural, we're talking about more than one boy, are needs to be our verb. And then I would have, I'm talking about more than one student, so I added an S to students, if you can see that. So I hope that's helpful. I'll try to end this right now so that we do not get our video cut short like I did last week. It kicks me off eventually. So let me go back to, oh, I don't know if I want my whole screen. Let's just maybe a little smaller. Okay. I hope you have a great week, and in thinking about your family relationships and communication, if I really want you to, I think something that will be helpful is to pray to your Heavenly Father about if there's a relationship, a family relationship that you could strengthen. I think sometimes it's hard. You might not have one that's really bad, but maybe all your relationships are pretty good, but I think it's helpful to look at ones that maybe could be better and could be a little stronger. And so I hope you have a wonderful week with this, and reach out to me and let me know what I can do to help you and to help you have success in this class. So have a good night. Talk to you next week.